Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today is the 4th of February 2025 and a lot is happening in the Bitcoin cryptocurrency world, isn't it? Now over the weekend guys, President Donald Trump did actually serve executive orders and he did actually impose heavy tariffs on Canada, Mexico and China. But look guys, looks like Mexico has caved in and yesterday Canada caved in as well. And looks like President Donald Trump is definitely making the right moves. But unfortunately guys, in the world of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, it has had a negative impact. Now what I'd really recommend you to do is guys, I did go ahead and release an episode yesterday, that is the 3rd of February. Please feel free to go ahead and check it out, because I discussed what is the impact on the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies because of these tariffs. Now what happened guys, the moment Mexico and Canada caved in, the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies were pumping up. But what happened today is that China has retaliated with tariffs on US. And because of that guys, the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies has marginally fallen down. But look guys, at a macro level, looks like President Donald Trump is definitely making the right moves. And one of his appointees, that is Crypto Czar, that is David Sachs, he will be hosting a press conference later today. And that'll be at 2:30 PM Eastern Time. And it's going to be really interesting to see guys, what is it that they are going to be discussing at that session. And I'm pretty much sure guys, because of that news, there will be direct impact on the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So it's going to be really interesting to see guys, what is the outcome of this particular session. So what I'd really recommend you to do is guys, keep a track on the press conference. And who's to say guys, they might just make an announcement regarding Bitcoin strategic reserve, or maybe a basket of cryptocurrency reserve. Maybe stablecoins is added onto that as well. Now along with that guys, President Donald Trump also signed an executive order, and this is to do with creation of sovereign wealth fund. So what I'd really recommend you to do is guys, rather than listening to mainstream media, go to the official website of the White House and just read through the executive order. It is pretty much easy to understand. Now one of the reasons why this particular event is really important guys is because Commerce Secretary nominee, that is Howard Lutnick, he will be at that session as well, and he's a massive advocate of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And more importantly guys, his trading powerhouse, that is Cancer of Israel, is a custodian of stablecoin or Tether. So it looks like President Donald Trump has definitely taken the right candidate for the cryptocurrency world. Now regarding the wealth fund guys, at this point of time there is no mention regarding Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, but I'm definitely hoping that there are some actions taking place regarding Bitcoin reserve, or maybe even a cryptocurrency reserve. So only time will tell what the outcome to this is. Now as I mentioned earlier guys, because of the war on tariffs, looks like China is retaliating back, and because of that guys, the prices of Bitcoin has marginally gone down as well. So we definitely need to be updated with what is going on in the tariff world. But look guys, at a macro level, Mexico has caved in, Canada has caved in, and pretty much sure China would be caving in as well. Now in the world of regulations guys, we do have a really interesting update that I'm going to be discussing in today's episode, and this is to do with CFTC. And CFTC guys is probing wagers which is done by Crypto.com, and this is more connected to Super Bowl betting event, and I'll go ahead and share more information regarding this. Now look guys, so far as regulations is concerned, I'm really liking that CFTC is taking an active role rather than Security and Exchange Commission, and hopefully that is the agenda that is followed not just for the next 4 years, but probably in the near future in the United States of America. Now the funny news guys is connected to the legend Sam Bankman-Fried, and we know the notorious things that he did with FTX, isn't it? But looks like his parents are looking forward for presidential pardon, and reportedly they have met with lawyers and figures in Trump's circle. But look guys, the chances of him to get a pardon is pretty much nil in my honest opinion. So let's see what the outcome to this is. So quite a lot to cover guys in today's episode actually. And like we do in every Crypto and Coffee Date series, we will be looking at 2 news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now both the news guys are connected to artificial intelligence. The first one is regarding Meta's AI, and they are launching in the MENA region. And there will be an AI assistant available now in the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia and Egypt as well. And just a few weeks ago guys, Mark Zuckerberg did actually appear on the Joe Rogan podcast, and he did actually talk about the AI features. So definitely an interesting move regarding the Meta's AI launch in the MENA region. Now the second news guys is more of a survey that is connected to artificial intelligence, and Cisco has done a survey, and they found out that Saudi firms are yet to fully embrace artificial intelligence. So what I'll do guys in today's episode, I'll definitely go ahead and run through some of the information regarding that survey. So quite a lot to cover guys in today's episode. Let's kickstart with it right away. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the Blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media guys is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well. And Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously. And they're focusing on 3 Ps. That is people, planet, and prosperity. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the Statement of Corporate Social Responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE. So definitely check it out. And also, guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing, and hosting training workshops, seminars, and community events that educate, inform, and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen, guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Startup OI is global one-tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing. Go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform. Check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now, guys, since you've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now, since the last 24 hours, guys, a lot has happened in the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency world, isn't it? Now, because the tariffs have been suspended, things are definitely looking good so far as the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is concerned. But look, guys, I cannot stress this enough. Rather than listening to fake news mainstream media or even so-called crypto influencers, what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, go to the official White House website and just read through the executive actions and also just read through the fact sheet, and you'd be surprised, guys. A lot of the information that mainstream media is putting out is completely different to what the facts are. And regarding tariffs, guys, In the episode that I released yesterday, I talked about what those actually tariffs are and how President Donald Trump is just using it as a negotiation tool, and looks like he's 100% right, and as a matter of fact he was successful as well, isn't it? And because Mexico and Canada caved in, guys, the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is definitely pumped up. But just few hours ago, guys, looks like China is retaliating, and because of that the prices of Bitcoin has gone below the $100,000 mark. Now let's do one thing, guys. Let's take a global cryptocurrency snapshot, because if you look at the global cryptocurrency market, right now it is at $3.22 trillion, and since the last 24 hours, despite the recent dips in the last few hours, the global cryptocurrency market is up by 2.83%. But check this out, guys. If you look at the total cryptocurrency market volume since the last 24 hours, it is at a staggering $236.99 billion. Now what we need to do is, guys, we need to look at this number and then compare it with the volume of stablecoins, and then also compare it with the 24-hour trading volume, and that would give us an indication as to which direction the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are heading towards. Now we'll definitely go ahead and take a deep dive into this, but if you look at the total cryptocurrency market volume since the last 24 hours, it is actually down by 26.71%, and yesterday, guys, there was a very high possibility that the total cryptocurrency market volume could have crossed the $300 billion mark. Now let's look at the volume of decentralized finance, because unfortunately, guys, no matter what happens at the geopolitical level, Bitcoin ETF approval or cryptocurrency level, guys, the volume on decentralized finance is absolutely disappointing. And if you look at it in terms of dollar amount, the 24-hour volume is $15.60 billion, and decentralized finance is only accounting for 6.58% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. And if you look at the total value locked, guys, it is at $106.93 billion. Now, so far as the dominance of total value locked is concerned, Lido is still dominating with $25.60 billion. And if you look at decentralized to centralized exchange dominance, guys, this just might be the record-breaking high of 59.07%, which just means, guys, a lot of people are using decentralized exchanges. But look, as me personally, I do have some skepticism, and I wouldn't be surprised. Out of this 49%, maybe 40 to 45% are transactions done by centralized exchanges. So these are things you need to be looking at into, because if you look at the 24-hour trading volume, guys, Uniswap today is at number 1, and its volume is at $8 billion. And truth be told, guys, this might only be the second time when its volume has crossed the $5 billion mark, and $8 billion is definitely a record-breaking high. And is it possible because Uniswap launched the Uniswap version 4 platform yesterday? I definitely do think so. That is a very high possibility. Now the number second, guys, is Radium, and its 24-hour volume is $4.05 billion. PancakeSwap is at number 3rd, and its 24-hour volume is $3.27 billion. Orca is at number 4th, and its 24-hour volume is $1.85 billion. At number 5th, guys, is Core Finance, and its 24-hour volume is $1.65 billion. Now let's do one thing, guys. Let's quickly run to the volume of stablecoins, because the volume of stablecoins is definitely looking good. And this just means, guys, over the next coming days, a lot of these stablecoins will be utilized to convert it back into Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And the 24-hour volume is well over the $200 billion mark. It is at $226.66 billion. And stablecoins, guys, as of today, is accounting for 93.53% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. And out of this $222.66 billion, guys, Tether USDT is accounting for almost $190 billion, $189.35 billion to be precise. And yesterday, guys, we talked about record-breaking profit for Tether in 2024. But with MiCA regulations taking place in Europe, guys, I really am curious to check what the future of Tether USDT is. But look, so far as the volume of Circle USDC is concerned, guys, the percentage has gradually been improving. And since the last 24 hours, the 24-hour volume is $17.90 billion. FDUSD, guys, is at number 3rd, and its 24-hour volume is $11.80 billion. Now let me do one thing, guys. Let me quickly run to the market cap, 24-hour trading volume and dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now if you look at the market cap of Bitcoin, guys, it is slightly below the $2 trillion mark. It is at $1.97 trillion, whereas Ethereum today is about the $300 billion mark, and it is at $325 billion. Now if you look at the 24-hour trading volume, guys, Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume is $81.13 billion, whereas Ethereum's 24-hour trading volume is $53.93 billion. Now since the last few days, guys, Bitcoin's dominance has definitely been pumping up, and today it is at a staggering 60.77%. Now look, guys, it is needless to say, when the prices are pumping up And that time if the dominance is pumping up, that is a good sign, isn't it? But let's say if the prices are going down, you don't want the dominance to be increasing. And looks like since the last 24 hours, guys, a lot of transactions are actually taking place in Ripple and Solana blockchain as well. Now regarding Ethereum's dominance, guys, it is only at 10.20%. Now in the blockchain DXB crypto and coffee at 8 series, guys, every day I tend to look at one new matrix, isn't it? And right now, so far as artificial intelligence is concerned, there's a lot of hype regarding decentralized internet. And what I want to do in today's episode, I want to go ahead and look at the so-called DFAI tokens by market capitalization. Now look guys, me personally, I don't think that artificial intelligence should merge with blockchain technology. I very strongly feel that centralized systems will be an ideal fit so far as artificial intelligence is concerned. But nonetheless guys, looks like this is a new narrative and people are trying to make a lot of money, that's about all. Now regarding the top DFAI tokens guys, the first one is AIXPT by Virtuals. And check this out guys, its market cap is only at $261 million. Griffin is at number 2 guys, and its market cap is $221 million. The third one is Anon, and its market cap is $131 million. The fourth one is Autonomous, and its market cap is $54 million. And the fifth one is RSS3, and its market cap is at $51 million. And as I mentioned earlier guys, I definitely don't see a use case of blockchain technology with artificial intelligence. Now that thing being said guys, I do think that blockchain technology needs artificial intelligence, and this is to review codes, do a lot of smart contract auditing and quite a lot of other. But regarding artificial intelligence, I don't think so they need blockchain technology. Now guys, let's go ahead and look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. And the prices of Bitcoin guys yesterday was around the $93,000 mark, isn't it? And after Mexico and Canada caved in guys, the prices did actually shoot up to $104,000, but right now the prices have marginally gone down and it is well below the $100,000 mark. It is at $98,635, and since the last 24 hours, it is actually up by 2.74%, but since the last 7 days guys, it is actually down by 3.75%. Ethereum is well below the $3,000 mark. Today it is at $2,708, and since the last 24 hours guys, it is up by 4.41%, and since the last 7 days it is down by 14.96%. Now so far as Ripple or XRP is concerned guys, over a period of 7 days looks like it has had a terrible week, cause since the last 7 days it is still down by 17.54%, but since the last 24 hours guys, the price of Ripple or XRP has pumped up by 6.41%, and right now the price of XRP is at $2.54. Now look guys, since the last 24 hours, a lot of drama is taking place regarding tariffs, and as I mentioned earlier guys, President Donald Trump is only using it as a negotiation tool, and so far he has been 100% successful. Now regarding President Donald Trump guys, the White House AI and crypto Caesar, that is David O. Sachs, he will be hosting a press conference later today, and this will be on digital asset alongside key congressional leaders. And this session guys will be done at the Duskin Senate Office building in Washington DC. Now so far as this event is concerned, it will feature Senate Banking Committee Chairman Tim Scott, Senate Agriculture Committee Chairman John Boozman, House Financial Service Committee Chairman French Hill, and House Agricultural Committee Chairman G.D. Thomas. Now it's really important to note guys, this particular discussion will focus on how the Trump administration and Congress plan to secure America's leadership in the digital asset ecosystem. So the big question guys is, when this session is taking place, what kind of an impact will it have on the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies? Now a lot of mainstream media who are massive advocates of Bitcoin guys, they will be going ahead and putting out a narrative regarding Bitcoin strategic reserve. So I'm really curious to check if there are any announcements regarding this. Me personally guys, I do think that they might be focusing on a crypto reserve, but let's see guys what the outcome to this is. Now in the episode that I release tomorrow, we will definitely take a deep dive into this. So what I'd really recommend you to do is guys, definitely go ahead and keep an eye regarding the press conference, and I'm pretty much sure guys, because of this news, there will be a direct impact on the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now along with this guys, yesterday, that is the 3rd of February, President Donald Trump also signed an executive order, and this order guys calls for the creation of Sovereign Wealth Fund. And as I mentioned over and over again guys, go to the White House website and read through this. And could it be possible that there's Bitcoin involved in this? Only time will tell. And you know guys, whenever President Donald Trump goes ahead and signs these orders, there are reporters present as well. And when he actually signed this particular order guys, he did actually invite 2 people to very briefly touch base on this. and they were talking about how they're focusing on sovereign wealth fund over a long-term horizon. And when you talk about Bitcoin, guys, could it be possible they can go ahead and add Bitcoin as a strategic reserve? At this point of time, it is just rumor, but I'm definitely anticipating some similar moves. Now, what's really important regarding the sovereign wealth fund, guys, is Commerce Secretary nominee, that is Howard Lutnick, who has been a loud champion for the cryptocurrency sector. He's a key person involved in this, and his bond trading powerhouse, that is Cancer Fitzgerald, guys, is also the custodian for stablecoin giant Tether's massive holdings of government papers. And Howard Lutnick, guys, himself has talked about his own personal massive exposure to Bitcoin, so I'm definitely anticipating some kind of Bitcoin reserve to be added onto the sovereign wealth fund. But look, guys, at this point of time, it is just rumors and speculations. Let's see what the outcome to this is. Now let's talk about some news all the way from China, guys. And China, in retaliation to President Donald Trump, has imposed retaliation tariffs on US, and along with that, they've also launched an antitrust probe into Google. And Beijing, guys, set a 15% duty on US coal and LNG, plus a 10% on crude oil, machinery, pickup trucks, and large engine cars. And this move, guys, has definitely halted the market recovery in the world of Bitcoin, because as I mentioned earlier, guys, the prices of Bitcoin was hovering around the $103,000 mark, but it has since fallen down since then, isn't it? So let's see, guys, over the next coming days and weeks, what the outcome to the trade war between US and China is. But look, guys, I wouldn't be surprised if China caves in as well. Now, guys, let's go ahead and discuss some news regarding CFTC. Now, CFTC, guys, stands for Commodity Future Trading Commission, and it is a government organization. But look, guys, so far CFTC is concerned, they're definitely fans of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, and they're definitely advocates of them. Now, the news essentially is that the CFTC is currently reviewing Super Bowl betting contracts from Crypto.com, and they want to assess compliance with derivatives regulations. But here's the thing, guys, at this point of time, they can't halt trading before the 9th of February game, and Crypto.com, guys, will continue offering the bets while at the same time cooperating with regulators. Now, regarding Kalshi Super Bowl, guys, Kalshi Super Bowl and ad-related markets have seen millions in trading, with Robinhood derivatives also joining in blockchain-powered prediction markets like poly markets are growing as well. But look, guys, so far as the CFTC is concerned, they may still go ahead and ban these contracts after they go ahead and review it. Now, if you do need additional information regarding this, guys, it is published via Bloomberg, and the link to that is in the show notes below. Now, the final news, guys, I'm going to be talking about has to do with the legend Sam Bankman-Fried. And at this point of time, guys, you know who Sam Bankman-Fried is, isn't it? But let's say for someone who is relatively new into the space, he was the founder and celebrated poster boy for cryptocurrencies, and unfortunately, guys, the project that he was working, that is FTX, went completely belly up. And at his peak, guys, his net worth was ranked among the 41st rich in America in Forbes. Now look, guys, unfortunately, the project that he was working went completely belly up, and because of that, it had a massive impact not just on the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, but also in the fiat world as well. And the judge did actually find him guilty, and his criminal penalty is 25 years in prison. But look, guys, looks like his parents, who are Stanford law professors, that is Joe Bankman and Barbara Fried, they are exploring ways to secure a pardon for their son from President Donald Trump. And based on the article that is published by Bloomberg, they have reportedly met with lawyers and figures in Trump's circle. But at this point of time, guys, it is unclear if an outreach has been made by the White House. Now, me personally, guys, I don't think so he should be pardoned, because what he did was clearly wrong, and he's not receiving any public support as well. So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, what kind of narrative mainstream media puts out, particularly regarding Sam Bankman-Fried, because he was one of the top donors for Democratic Party. So I'm really curious to check, guys, how mainstream media will be reacting to this news when President Donald Trump does not pardon him. So these were the newscasts on the cryptocurrency, blockchain, and artificial intelligence world from Blockchain DXB. Now let's go ahead and look at two news from Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East. And both the newscasts are connected to artificial intelligence and Meta AI, guys. They have launched in MENA region, and their AI assistant is now available in UAE, Saudi Arabia, and Egypt as well. So let me go ahead and very briefly run through this. And Meta AI, guys, now also supports Arabic, making it accessible to more users in the region. And Meta AI is available free on mobile devices, and it is integrated into Meta's apps as well. Now, via Instagram, guys, you can already see it at the search bar section. Now, regarding Meta's AI growing popularity, guys, it is on track to become the world's most used AI assistant by the end of this year. And Meta's AI already has 700 million active users worldwide, and users can access Meta AI on Facebook, WhatsApp, and even Facebook Messenger. Now, in group chats, guys, what you can do is Just use at Meta AI and you can go ahead and do a quick search. You can even plan and do brainstorming and quite a lot of other things. And Meta's AI, guys, is powered by Meta's most advanced open source large language model, and users can generate text, create images and animate visuals within the Meta apps, and users can also generate AI images by typing imagine followed by a description. I definitely need to go ahead and check this out, guys. Now regarding Meta AI, guys, it is widely used for art, home decor, outfit inspiration and quite a lot of other. And new features, guys, including simultaneous dubbing for reels and real life image editing will be available soon as well. And regarding the Image Me feature, guys, users can generate and edit personalized AI portraits in real time. And Meta AI will soon help users craft captions for social media posts as well. And regarding content series for Meta users, guys, they have a series called as Elevating Every Moment. And this series will help users maximize Meta's AI capabilities. And they also have an educational AI guide, guys, and that is called as Meta Arabia. And Meta Arabia will offer prompt writing tutorials for professionals and personal tasks. And look, guys, Meta AI aims to enhance creativity, connections and productivity across the MENA region. And with the billions of users on board, looks like majority of the problem is already solved, isn't it? So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, if you're using any of the features such as Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp or Messenger, definitely feel free to go ahead and check it out. Now guys, let's go ahead and discuss another news from artificial intelligence. And this is more of a survey done by Cisco. And this is more connected to Saudi Arabia. And based on the survey, guys, Saudi firms are yet to fully embrace artificial intelligence. So let me very briefly run through this, guys, because what this particular survey says is that 70% of Saudi firms have AI strategies, and most organizations, they plan to deploy AI-powered solutions. And regarding AI readiness challenge, guys, businesses are struggling with AI adoption, deployment and full utilization amid rapid market evolution. And Cisco also has an AI readiness scale, guys. And based on the survey of 7,985 senior leaders from companies with over 500 plus employees across 30 markets, they have gone ahead and decided the survey. And there are 6 AI readiness pillars, and they are measured across strategy, infrastructure data, governance, talent and culture. And based on the survey, guys, 98% see AI as urgent. Nearly all organizations report increased urgency in AI deployment, and this is led by the CEOs and leadership. And regarding short-term and AI impact, guys, 86% say they must show AI results within 18 months, and 60% have only 12 months left. And the report also talks about AI investment prioritization, and based on the survey, guys, 50% of Saudi firms allocate 10 to 30% of IT budgets to artificial intelligence projects. And so far as the top AI investment areas is concerned, 51% is focusing on IT infrastructure, 40% on cybersecurity, and 38% on data management. And the survey touches based on key AI outcomes, and businesses aim to improve efficiency, innovation, competitiveness, and customer experiences. And regarding the infrastructure gap, guys, what this particular survey states is that Saudi Arabia firms lack AI readiness network, even computer power and robust cybersecurity measures. And regarding hardware readiness, guys, only 31% of organizations have sufficient GPUs for AI workloads, and only 34% have strong AI data protection, including encryption and real-time threat responses. Now, the survey also talks about AI skill gap, guys, and only 46% of Saudi firms report high AI talent readiness, and 39% lack in-house expertise. Now, look, guys, the survey also talks about Cisco's support to Saudi firms with cutting-edge AI technologies and expertise. And regarding LEAP 2025 participation, guys, Cisco connects and protects the artificial intelligence era. And Cisco's initiative definitely supports Saudi Arabia's digital transformation goal, and it is in alignment with Vision 2030, isn't it? So really interesting survey. Now look, so far as artificial intelligence is concerned, United States of America, I do feel, is definitely going to take a lead. And under President Donald Trump's leadership, guys, they've already got $500 billion from OpenAI, Oracle, as well as SoftBank. And the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia is also committed to another $600 billion, isn't it? And over time, guys, I'm pretty much sure a lot of more investments will be flowing into artificial intelligence in the United States of America. So I'm really curious to check, guys, what kind of developments will be taking place in UAE and Saudi Arabia. So these were the news, guys, in the world of Bitcoin, blockchain, cryptocurrencies, artificial intelligence from Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes, there's going to be an Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. So let's kick start with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. I have a question by Ramo asks, how will the CFTC ruling impact the future of blockchain-powered prediction markets? This, to be honest, is such a really important question, Ram. Now, one of the reasons why this particular question is so important is who goes and makes the decision regarding prediction markets. Should it be the CFTC or should it be the Security and Exchange Commission? Now, when Gary Gensler was involved, a lot of the decisions was actually done so far as cryptocurrency is concerned under the Gary administration rule, isn't it? And CFTC at that point of time, they were not happy with Gary Gensler and SEC, and there was an internal drama between CFTC and SEC as well. But regarding your question, now me personally, I do feel that CFTC should be the one who would be making the decision, and I very strongly feel, that CFTC's ruling on Super Bowl betting contract from Crypto.com, Kalshi and Robinhood derivatives could actually set a major precedent for blockchain-powered prediction markets and even platforms like Polymarkets and other. Now, if you look at it from a positive point of view, Ram, I do feel that if CFTC allows these contracts to proceed, it could actually legitimize blockchain-based prediction markets, and this would attract institutional investors and mainstream users, and this would likely lead to higher liquidity, regulatory compliance, and integration with traditional finance. And because of that, Ram, I do feel platforms like Polymarket could expand into other sectors, and this could be, let's say, politics, sports, financial markets, and more importantly, they can do it without legal crackdowns. Now, if you talk about the positive, I do feel that there are some negative impacts to this as well, cause look, if the CFTC bans or severely restricts these contracts, it could actually push blockchain-powered prediction markets offshore, isn't it? And this would go against what President Donald Trump wants to do, that is make America great again. And I do feel that a harsh ruling might increase scrutiny of decentralized finance and other decentralized applications. And if that thing happens, Ram, it will definitely slow down innovation in blockchain-based derivatives and betting markets. And this, to be honest, could actually drive more users towards decentralized, permissionless platforms that operate outside US jurisdiction. So I'm really curious to check what the outcome to this is. The only thing I can say, Ram, is that CFTC's decision will set a major precedent for the future of decentralized betting on-chain derivatives and blockchain-based prediction markets as well. And if, let's say, this outcome is favorable, it could actually legitimize and expand the industry. But at the same time, Ram, if, let's say, the outcome is restrictive, it could actually push innovation elsewhere, and that would reinforce crypto shadow economies and it. So I'm really curious to check what the outcome to this is, but definitely interesting question. And that's about all, guys, on the Ask Me Anything series on Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Remember, Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. we have the Blockchain DXB podcast, where we cover top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East, from the cryptocurrency, blockchain, and now artificial intelligence world as well. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.